Hello, welcome once again, gentle folks. Thank you for joining me for another week for your NFL game week picks and betting tips and predictions. I hope you had a wonderful week last week and you managed to win. And we're about heading to week 13, and as usual, we'll start off with Thursday night football. And this year, Thursday, we're going to start with the Bills versus the Patriots. Alright, so the Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots. And for this game, my picks are I'm going to give the Patriots the edge here. I'm expecting the Patriots to beat the Bills. Yes, I am. So the Patriots to win. In terms of a spread, I would be going with the Patriots at minus 1.5. And in terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have under 44 points, and that would be under. So here we should. So I don't have that, so I'm gonna go with under 4.5 points. Right. So recapping predictions for the Bills versus the Patriots. I'm expecting the Patriots to win here at $2.50. And in terms of a spread, I'm going with the Patriots here at minus 1.5, and I'm expecting the Patriots to win here. Then that is $2.65 rather, if you take that bet. And in terms of total points, then I'm saying that we should have under 44.5 points for this game. Alright. So those are my predictions for the New England Patriots versus the Buffalo Bills. And now we're going to move on to our games on Sunday, and we start with the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Atlanta Falcons. And for this game, I'm expecting here the Falcons to pull this one off. It's not going to be easy getting by the Steelers though, but I'm expecting the Falcons to take care of business here. So the Falcons to win in terms of a spread. I'm going with the Falcons at minus 2.5, and in terms of total points, I'm seeing here that we should have over 40 points, and that's over 41.5 points to be exact. And so recapping predictions for the Steelers versus the Falcons, I'm expecting the Falcons to win at $1.90. And in terms of a spread, I'm going with the Falcons at minus 2.5, and that is $2.15 if you take that bet for the Falcons. And in terms of total points, I'm saying here we should have over 41.5 points in this game. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Steelers versus the Falcons, and now we move on to Denver Broncos versus the Baltimore Ravens. And for this game, I'm giving I'm going to say the Broncos are going to spring a surprise on the Ravens, and so I'm taking the Broncos to win this one. I'm expecting them to spring a surprise here on the Ravens. So the Broncos to win at $4.10. And in terms of a spread, I would go with the Broncos at let me see here, the Broncos at Broncos at 4 and plus 4.5, sorry. In terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 38.5 points, I do believe. And so I've not seen that. So yeah, over 38. So I'm gonna go over 37.5. Alright, so recapping predictions for the Broncos versus the Ravens, I'm expecting the Broncos to win at $4.10. In terms of a spread, I would take the Broncos at plus 4.5, and that's $2.50. In terms of total points, I'm saying that we should have over 37.5 points in this game. Alright, and so we move right along into our next game, and our next game is the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. And for this game, I'm expecting here the Chicago Bears take care of business here. With Chicago Bears at $2.50. In terms of spread, I'm going with 4.5 here, and so that's plus 4.5 for the Chicago Bears. And in terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 43 points. So we should have a 43.5 points to be exact. So yes, here it is. We should have over 43.5 points. And so recapping predictions for the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears, I'm expecting Chicago Bears to win this one here at $2.50. In terms of a spread, I'm going with Chicago Bears at plus 4.5, and that's $1.80. And in terms of total points, I'm seeing that we should have over 43.5 points in this game, and that's $8.90. Alright, so we move right along to the Jaguars versus the Lions, also on Sunday. Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Detroit Lions. For this game, I'm going with the Detroit Lions to take this one. Detroit Lions to win here, and I'm expecting in terms of a spread, I'm going to take Detroit Lions at minus 2.5, and that's $2.15 when we do so. And in terms of total points for this game, I'm saying that we should have over 41.5 points in this game. So let's go back to the top here. We're not seeing that, so we're seeing all big scores, but I don't think we're going to get too far over 50, to be honest with you. And so hence the reason why I have over 41.5 for this game. Alright, and so I'm not seeing here, so I'm going to go with the next one, and I'm going to say here that we should have over. I'm going to take here, we should have, let's see what the bets here are. So right there, we're going to take this one, so we're going to say that we should have under 54.5 points. Alright, so recapping predictions for the Jaguars versus the Lions. I'm expecting the Lions to win here at $2. And in terms of a spread, I'm taking the Lions at minus 2.5, and that's $2.15. In terms of total points, I'm saying we should have under 54.5 points in this game, and that's $1.55 if that does happen. Alright, so we move on right along. We'll move to the Cleveland Browns versus the Houston Texans, and for this game now, I'm expecting here the Browns to take care of business, so the Cleveland Browns to win. In terms of the spread, I'm going with the Cleveland Browns also at minus 6.5, and in terms of total points, I'm saying that we should have here over 43.5 points in this game, I do believe. Alright, so recapping predictions for your Browns versus the Texans. I'm expecting the Browns to win at $1.30. In terms of spread, I'm going with the Browns at minus 6.5, and that's $1.83. In terms of total points, I'm saying we should have over 43.5 points in this game. Alright, and that's $1.55 if that does happen. Alright, so we're going to move right along to the next game, and the next game is the New York Jets versus the Minnesota Vikings. And for this game now, I'm expecting here the Vikings to take care of business. It's not going to be easy against the Jets though, but I do expect the Vikings to take care of business, especially being at home. So the Vikings to win at $1.66. In terms of a spread, I'm going to take the Vikings also at minus 2.5, and in terms of total points, I'm saying that here we should have over 41.5 points in total for this game. Alright, so recapping predictions for Jets versus the Vikings. I'm expecting the Vikings to win at $1.66. In terms of a spread rather, I'm expecting I'm taking the Vikings here at minus 2.5, and that's $1.83. In terms of total points, I'm saying we should have over 41.5 points in this game. Alright, and that's $1.55 if that does happen. Alright, so that's how the cookie crumbles for the Jets and the Vikings. And now we move on to the Washington Commanders versus the New York Giants. Alright, so for this game now, I'm expecting here the Giants to take care of business. They have been shown off course a bit of late, and so I'm expecting them to find their way back. It's not going to be easy against the Commanders though, but I'm taking the Giants to win this one. And in terms of the spread, I'm going with the Giants also at plus 2.5, and in terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 40.5 points in this game. Alright, so we should have over 40.5 points in this game. So recapping predictions for the Commanders versus the Giants. I'm expecting the New York Giants to win at $2.15. In terms of a spread, I'm taking the New York Giants at plus 2.5, and that's $1.90. In terms of total points, I'm saying we should have over 40.5 points in this game, and that's $1.90 as well. Alright, so and that's how it is. That's my prediction. Those are my predictions rather for the game Commanders versus the New York Giants. And I wish you happy betting as usual. And as usual, whenever you're making a bets, ensure that you put no more than 3 or 5 bets per slip, predictions per slip. That way, the less predictions you have per slip, the easier it is for you to have a winning ticket, right? And also, I also encourage you to bet across games. Don't put all the bets on one game, alright? So let's head back into it, and we're going to head down over to the Titans versus the Eagles. So the Tennessee Titans versus the Philadelphia Eagles. For this game now, I'm expecting here the Eagles to handle business. They've only lost one game all season, and I don't think this will be the second one that they'll be losing. So I'm taking the Eagles to win here at $1.44 in terms of the spread. I'm saying that here the Eagles at minus 6.5, and in terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 42.5 points in this game. So, recapping predictions for the Tennessee Titans versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm expecting the Eagles to win at $1.44. And in terms of a spread, I'm taking the Eagles at minus 6.5, and that's $2.10. In terms of total points, I'm saying that here we should have over 42.5 points, and that's $1.66. Right? So those are my predictions for this particular game. The Titans versus the Eagles, and now we skidide on over to the Seattle Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Rams. I think Donald should be out for this game, but that doesn't mean that the Rams won't put up a challenge. But I favor the Seahawks for this one, and I'm taking the Seahawks to win this one. For the Seahawks to win at $1.28 in terms of a spread, I'm going to take the Seahawks as well at minus 5.5. And in terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 40.5 points. Let's check. Yes, here we go, over 40.5 points. And in terms of recap now for the game, Seahawks versus Rams, I'm expecting the Seahawks to win at $1.28. In terms of spread, I'm taking the Seahawks at minus 5.5, and that's $1.60. In terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 40.5 points, and that's $1.83. Alright, let's move on to our next game, and our next game will be the Miami Dolphins versus the San Francisco 49ers. And so this is going to be a tough task for the Dolphins, but I'm not putting it past them. However, I'm going to go with the 49ers to win this game, so the 49ers to win here. And in terms of a spread, I'm going with the 49ers at minus 3.5. And in terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 40.5 points for this game, I do believe. So we should have over 40.5 points. So not seen that, so I'm going to go with over 41.5 points. Alright, so recapping predictions for the Dolphins versus the 49ers. I'm expecting the San Francisco 49ers to win here at $1.53. In terms of spread, I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers at minus 3.5, and that's $1.87. In terms of total points, I'm saying here we should have over 41.5 points for this game in total. Alright, so let's move on to our next game, and our next game will be the the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Cincinnati Bengals. The Chiefs versus the wily old Bengals. And let's see here for this game now, I'm going to take the Bengals to spin a surprise on the Chiefs. Yes, I'm going to take the Bengals to spin a surprise on the Chiefs here. So the Bengals to win. In terms of spread, I'm going with the Bengals also, and that is at plus 2.5. And in terms of the total points for this game, I'm saying here that we should have over 43.5 points in this one. We should have over 43.5 points in this one. Not seen that. So I'm going to go with over 47.5 points. Right. So, recapping predictions for the Chiefs versus the Bengals. I'm expecting the Cincinnati Bengals to steal a win here at $2.10. And in terms of spread, I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals at plus 2.5, and that's $1.87. In terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 47.5 points, and that's $1.44. Alright, so those are the predictions for the Chiefs versus Bengals. And now we move on to the Chargers versus the Raiders. And so the Los Angeles Chargers versus Las Vegas Raiders. For this game now, I'm expecting here the Chargers to take the win here from the Raiders. And in terms of a spread, I'm also taking the Raiders at plus 2.5. And in terms of total points, I'm saying here we should have over 44.5 points in this one. I do believe we should have over 44.5 points. I've seen that, so we're gonna go with over 46.5 points. Right? So recapping predictions here for your Los Angeles Chargers versus Las Vegas Raiders. I'm expecting the Chargers to take this one at $1.83. In terms of a spread, I'm going with the Chargers at plus 2.5, and that's $1.60. In terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 46.5 points, and that is $1.50. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Chargers versus the Raiders. And now we'll move right along to our next game, and our next game is the Colts versus the Cowboys. Now this is an interesting matchup. It's going to be, might be somewhat close, but the Cowboys, they're in good form. and I'm expecting them to push forward, and hence the reason why I have chosen them here to take care of business here against the Colts. But it's not going to be an easy one, yeah? It might be a close scoring one at the end of the day, but I expect the Cowboys to win this one. So Cowboys to win at $1.18 in terms of a spread. I'm going to take the Cowboys at 6.5 minus 6.5, and in terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 43.5 points. Not seeing that, so I'm going to go over 42.5 points, right? So recapping predictions for the Colts versus the Cowboys, I'm expecting the Cowboys to win here at $1.18, and in terms of spread, I'm taking the Cowboys here at minus 6.5, and that's $1.50. In terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 42.5 points in total in this game, and that's $1.80 if that does happen, right? So those are my predictions for the Colts versus the Cowboys, and we head on to our final game for this game week, and it is the Monday Night Football game against the Saints versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay Buccaneers having an awful year. I think they're 5-6. Yes, they're 5-6, and so things are pretty untidy for them this season. And so I don't know how it's going to work, but they'll be looking to bounce back. And for this game is going to be, I think this one is anybody's game, to be honest with you. It's going to be a tussle, and it's going to be the better team on the night is going to win this one. Better team defensively, that is going to win this one. So therefore, I'm going to go with Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this one. I think they'll fight back, and I think they do have the fighting spirit to get past the Saints. So I'm taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this one at $1.53. In terms of spread, I'm also going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at minus 3.5. And in terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 40.5 points. Alright, so recapping predictions for the New Orleans Saints versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm expecting here the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win at $1.53. And in terms of a spread, I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at minus 3.5, and that's $1.87. In terms of total points, I'm saying that we should have over 40.5 points in this game, and that's $1.90 if that does happen, right? So those are my predictions for the New Orleans Saints versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and this is how the cookie crumbles for this week of your NFL game picks, betting tips, and predictions. I hope you have a wonderful game week, as in you win those bets that you place. Continue to spread the word about the channel, and thank you for your support, thank you for your time, and have a great weekend. Thanks.